What's up everyone, my name's Justin Odisho, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to create Instagram-worthy captioned highlights and clips from your videos.
Don't get hung up on the mindset that,
So if you don't know, I have a podcast that I've started. I'm 21 episodes in where I interview other creators or just have group chats and talk about topics. And these can usually be 45 minutes to an hour and a half long. And some people, they don't have the attention span or just the time, or they don't even know that I have this podcast out yet. So one thing that I do is I share highlights and snippets to create more content for my Instagram, Facebook, and other pages. So this is my Instagram. If you're not following me, I'd highly recommend you do to stay in touch with me. DM here is the best way to reach out. But if you've been following, you notice I've been posting clips of those longer videos in a format like this, which gets a ton of engagement for me. So this one's already at 6,000 views for 6 days, which is really good for my profile, and a bunch of comments and people who say that when they're not able to watch the full episode, they still enjoy catching these little clips and highlights. As you can see, here's someone saying they never knew I had a podcast. They're about to check it out after watching this clip. Someone saying they love the layout of this Instagram post, and someone saying thank you for the subtitles. So this is inspired by bigger pages, kind of like GaryVee, who constantly highlight and caption their hours and hours of video content that they put online. And just by having captions on, I think the statistic is that, over 50% of people are watching on their phone without sound. Maybe they're in class, maybe they're somewhere where they can't hear the sound. So it's really important to put those captions in the videos so that people stick around, they want to engage all the way to the end. You can put a whole minute on Instagram, and it just makes them a lot more watchable in this captioned, conventional, kind of inspired by a meme format. So follow me on Instagram, check out my podcast if you haven't, if you want to see these examples. But let's jump into Premiere Pro, and I'm going to show you my actual workflow for how I clip and highlight and caption for that Instagram square format. So usually when I'm working with the episode, I've gone through the whole hour's worth of footage. These green markers are points of the conversation that I think were highlight worthy, or a topic that we touched on that I think was good. And usually I'll go through and I'll try to find a really good 30 seconds to a minute where it's something that I feel like people would latch on to, or it's a topic that commonly comes up. So for example, here's a point where Daniel Schiffer here, who I interviewed, he also has a YouTube channel, was talking about starting with content that you enjoy making for yourself and not just for the views. So this, you can see I've already captioned in a different format, but if I was starting from scratch, like I did in that Instagram post, what I would do is go to File, New Sequence, and to keep it square for Instagram, I can base it off of the DSLR 1080p setting, but I'll go to Settings in the Custom tab and change it to 1080 by 1080, making it a 1:1 ratio square. Press OK, and that'll create a new blank sequence, which we see pops up in the project media bin for us to begin building on. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to File, New, Color Matte, and I'll just choose a white backdrop because that's what I want, and that's kind of like the conventional standard. I suppose you could choose any color you want at this point. Next, I'm also going to go back to my original sequence, which I had laid out, and at this point I've already edited and uploaded the full episode, so I actually just took the section that I wanted, pressed C to cut those parts of the clip out, and then press V, highlight the entire clip, Command C to copy, and then Command V to paste it back into this new sequence. So let's just rearrange things. I'll drag the movie clip on top of the color matte, bring things back down. This is 46 seconds long. And I'm going to actually adjust the scale of this 1920 by 1080 clip by right-clicking and setting to frame size. That'll automatically stretch it within the boundaries, giving us this nice top and bottom border for us to add text and captions onto. So at the top, I like to just put, just the general topic that's being talked about. So I could put, don't do it for the views or something. For this one, I can just grab my text tool and click and write whatever I want. So while I have this cursor up, I will make sure I'm using black text so I can see it. Again, you can use any font, color, and style that you want. I used Futura in the past couple ones on my Instagram. I like this font. And I'll just type in make content for you, right? So I can adjust the size of this however I like, make sure it fits. And there's actually, if I go to the window essential graphics panel, there's options to edit this actual text and center it. As you can see, horizontal center. And there's not really a clean way to center it just in this top, but I usually just like to eyeball it, move it down a little bit. You can pretty much center it visually. So there's the top little attention grabber caption about what the video is about. And then at the bottom, we'll do subtitles for everything that's being said. So in order to do this, it is a bit tedious, but I just like to do it by hand by going to File, New, Captions. So this will create a new captions file. I like to use open captions because this way they appear and they're burned onto the video. They're not being turned on or off within a player. So press OK there. It'll make it the same size as your clip. You'll see the captions file pop up in the project media bin, and you can click and drag that on top of everything as well. So I'll extend the length of that so it's the length of the project. And now you see within this captions file, there's also this black little type captions text object. So this is different than how we made the top text because this actually works in the captions panel that you should find on the right hand side. If you can't see it, just go to Window and make sure you open Captions, see where it pops up. But in this Captions menu, you do get a bunch of text options like usual, and they're pretty self-explanatory, but you can choose the font. So this by default, it's Helvetica, but I'll pick Futura again to match it up with the top. And you could choose the size, weight, positioning, which matches up with you. I try to remember to make it readable. It is going to be on a mobile screen, so I like to make it readable. Since it's already against a white background, I'm actually going to click the background color box here and just turn the opacity all the way to 0 since we don't need that. But we will click the text color and make it black. So if you were putting it onto a colored video, like in this example, then I just like to keep the background opacity maybe at 50% with that black strip and use white text. Gives pretty good contrast. The next thing you want to do, and this is the tedious part, is just play the clip and listen sentence by sentence. So he says a lot of people get hung up, like you said, on the views. So what I'll do is I'll type that into this caption bar. A lot of people get hung up, like you said. And then you see if you type a certain amount at a certain point, it'll stop centering your text. It'll kind of go off on a tangent. But I'll just lower the size until it all fits in there. And in this case, I can also adjust in the effects control panel the Y position just to center it a little bit more. So a lot of people get hung up, like you said. Then I would hit the plus button here to create a new caption, and this will go on to a next line. You'll see another black tab comes in that you can extend and move within this captions layer. And making sure the ends meet on this one, I'll just type in the other part on the views and the whatever. So you're going to go through this whole thing. Make sure to type in each caption by caption, keep hitting plus and adjust the size and spacing. You want to try to keep in mind what visually makes sense. You know, don't chop sentences up faster than the user can read them, or make sure to kind of like let a sentence finish within one line so it makes sense. And you can do this by just playing around with the size. Perhaps if you need to fit a little bit more in on a certain line, you can lower the size a bit, fit in a few extra words to finish it up, and keep things like capitalization, punctuation somewhat in mind. It's hard when someone's just stream of conscious talking to know where the punctuation is supposed to go. But once you go through the whole 30 seconds to a minute and do caption by caption, you get a nice clean file like so, with each sentence going as the video clip plays. Like I said, this is very important for someone that's watching on mobile because they sometimes are not going to have the audio on. They won't really be able to hear, and it just helps a lot when you're just able to read the burned on captions on top. Another final touch I did on my Instagram is I just added a little bit of a pop tag effect on the beginning. What I did was I just made these PNGs in Photoshop just with the shape tool, and the font I used was Roboto. I added those onto the clip on a layer on top. I added some keyframes so that they're over each person's person, and I just made them go from scale 0 to 100 to 90 over time. And what that does is it just kind of pops up, and then you can animate it out the same way. So I could just copy, paste those keyframes, and just reverse them. So I have a full separate tutorial just on that pop tagging thing if you want a more in-depth look on that. But that was just a little extra piece that I put in there. You can spice it up however you like. But at the end of the day, you can export this out. Just make sure you export it as a match source so that you still get the 1080 sequence settings. For me personally, I like to airdrop those files using the built-in airdrop feature between Mac and iPhone. If you're working with a different phone or Android, then figure out some way that you can transfer files from your computer to your phone, whether that's email attachments or just direct plugging it into the computer. And once you have it on your phone, you can upload it to Instagram like you see on my page here. If you're uploading to Facebook or Twitter, then you can actually just upload it straight from your computer since those have desktop compatible apps. So that's how to create these Instagram caption style clips. So thank you so much for watching. If you're not following me on Instagram, definitely go do that. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy these type of highlight clips. And do check out my podcast if you're not familiar with that. I've interviewed 20 plus awesome creators that have tons of valuable insight beyond just these tutorials, their life lessons, how they've gotten work, how they've built up their audience and their business. So check that out, justinodisho.com/podcast, or just search the Justin Odisho podcast on YouTube and subscribe to me here if you're not to stay tuned for all of my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Saturated. There's no room left for me to start. Everyone's already doing it because that's how I felt. I was like, how am I going to tap into this market of YouTubers? And there's already so many YouTubers that are successful. I'm like, there's not enough room for me. It's already been done, which is like not true at all. 2018 is a better time than ever to get started on YouTube. If you want to start